Halcyon out.
This area has been sanitized.
You made it. I can hardly believe my eyes. You didn't have to do this, you know. Risk your life just to save mine. No, I expect they didn't. You're a force of nature, aren't you? You've left the board in tatters, but Halcyon is still on the verge of starvation. I just hope we're not too late. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation... Earth... I don't want... Earth... I had hoped your fellow colon... I'll do what I can. It's... I only... We were... Now... I...
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Left unchecked, the war on Monarch consumed both MSI and the Iconoclasts. And when the sulfur cloud settled, only stragglers from both factions remained. And when the sulfur cloud found their way to Sublight, only some to Terra 2, and some lived their final years fighting for Sublight in the wilderness of Terra 2. In the end, and some only the few remained. Sublight Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the time. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cabin into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation
y está un rollo que te cuentan una historia que dice que si te prejubilas te mandan a Bizancio, que es una ciudad de la leche, que ahí se tiene que estar súper bien. Que yo sospecho que es todo mentira, que en realidad en Bizancio les tienen que hacer virguerías chungas para convertirlos en algo extraño o vete a saber. Hasta las misiones secundarias una vez terminado no puedes continuar. Oh, no, eso no lo sabía ya. Hay gente que se lo ha pasado, madre mía. Pues sí, me encantan las misiones secundarias, así que sin problema. Me encantan esos juegos. Si no te ven, puedes robar. Luego entra el dueño a su casa, la ve desvalijada y no hacen nada. ¿Qué van a hacer? Cagarse en la puta interiormente.
some even had to get
25% lo ha
jobs.
terminado. ¡Hola, CKB!
It was a
Bueno,
dark
¿qué
time
decías de
indeed.
sorprender a Zoe?
The other day I got my hands
Ellie
on a
saved
genuine copy
life
of
in
the latest
Halcyon
Master
was
Marketeer.
as much as he
I was
enjoyed
very
his
surprised
adventures
Gracias
aboard
por tu
the
follow, Winston
Unreliable.
Castle.
The vicar, known as Max, eventually decided
Vale, le
that
quería
it was
regalar un
time to move
libro,
on,
¿vale?
to live out the life he had
La
sought
copia
so
original
long
del
to
último,
create.
El Mercader
He knew
Enmascarado.
there were many in the cause.
¿Qué pasa el
Though
día de que
Parvati
desapareció o
eventually grew
estaba rara antes
comfortable
de
aboard the
desaparecer?
Unreliable.
Can't
She
say I
never
recall Zoe
while the
ever
colony
acting
fell
strange.
into chaos,
Well,
she found an island of relative peace with Ada. As hard as she tried, the SAM unit, Minister Clark was released from. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbit. He was never able to come to terms with his own past, troubled by the decision of placing all his faith in the first colonist he ever revived, the infamous captain of the Unreliable. The revival project yielded mixed results. Phineas, weighed down by limited support and his own guilt, struggled to revive more than a handful of scientists and engineers. They made a heroic effort to solve the colony's problems, but with small numbers and facing long odds, Wells died before he could see the fruits of his labor. Small, petty And what about you? The unplanned you brought a... No one knows what's happened to...